Okay, let's try this again. So, I'm going to try to record... Welcome back to Darius Things. In my last video, I showed how I made that wonderful shoulder armor piece. And now I'm going to show how... Well, I showed the almost completed version of that. And now I'm going to show how I got from this to that. So, let's get started. But I need to brace my phone camera beforehand, so let's figure that one out. Let's see if I can brace my camera this way, and then okay, I think that's okay. This is where I'm working at. This is the best I can do. Let's see what it can get us, where it can get us. Let's get started. Okay, so first we're gonna take our blade. Box cutter. Yes, as you can see, take this box cutter, and we're going to cut this bad boy out. We're going to indent our cut first, and then we're going to cut straight through the foam, all the way into. I don't care about cutting into the table, because like I said, this table is for storing stuff and crafting on, and eventually I'll probably sand it down and repurpose the wood or get a cover for it. So for now, I don't care if I cut through it. It's alright. Normally, if you do care about your table, you'll cover your table. But for me, I don't care. So, I'm going to cut all the way down until I hear it scraping into the wood. So, you'll probably hear that. And then you know, I did it good. I did it perfect. So, that's what I'm going to do. So, I'm going to first put my indent, which is my first cuts, into the foam. And I apologize for the angle that this is being recorded into, like recorded on. That's the best I can do. And I'm gonna cut both of these out first because I have two of these already. Let me just show. This is the other wing. As you can see, it's already been stenciled into the foam, just like this one that I'm cutting. And I have to cut both pieces out. And I have my registration marks, which these are the lines that are going to guide both pieces of foam to line up to each other when it's time to glue it with the barge cement. So, and you can get this barge cement on Amazon for about, I've spent, I think anywhere between 8 to 16 bucks on this giant can of barge cement on Amazon. And normally this giant can is like $20. So buy it on Amazon if you have a Prime account. If you don't, get one. Just saying, it'll really save you in the long run. That is also an investment. Also, syringes, they help out with glue application. Been helping me with tiny application spots. Would have liked to invest in a pair of glass ones, because as you can see, this plastic one is starting to degrade, and I've only been using it for like a few hours, and it's starting to deform, but it's okay. These are disposable, and I don't care. So after I'm done with this one, then I'm going to cut this one out too. So I'm going to put my pre-marks in this piece of foam, and then we're going to cut it straight out. So this is what we're going to do. And this is, this foam is pretty much that square foam that you can get. The ones with the puzzle piece, like markers, you can get these in Home Depot. You can get these, the EVA foam, because that's really what this is. It's that mat that you can use. Just wanted to put that out there if anyone's wants to know what foam I'm using. It's EVA foam, but you can get it pretty much anywhere. I bought mine on Amazon, but you can get these at Home Depot. You can get these at any hardware store. You can get them online. You can get them at Walmart. You can even get them at places where kids would usually play, like play places, gymnasiums, anything like that, because this is the same stuff that they use for their floors so that the kids don't get hurt. So it's the same stuff, you know, just it's colorful. So if you don't mind working with colorful ones, because you're just going to paint it and prime it and do all that stuff anyway to it, colorful is perfectly fine. I don't mind the black. I don't mind the colorful. I just got the black because it was just, they were selling it cheaper on Amazon. So I bought the black ones, and it was $22.99 for a pack of 5. And these sheets are huge. I mean, huge. So it was worth it. And I only cut it in a diagonal, and I still have another half of this in a diagonal cut. So it was worth it. And I got 4 wings out of one. I got 2 of these out of 1/2 of one giant sheet. So I can make another set of shoulders out of the other half. And I still have 4 full ones left. So if you think about it, that's, I can make 12 of these, 10 to 12 of these out of 5 sheets. Yeah, 10 of these, 10 shoulders out of 5 sheets of these. And then if I did any other kind of if I did any other types of armor builds, I would have to think about a chest piece. Probably, I would say 2 sheets would probably be 1 piece of the chest, or 1 side of the chest, and then the back. So 2 of those, and then what are the legs and whatnot. Probably a whole pack would probably be 1 armor set. So you're looking at, if you're planning on doing 2 armor sets, I would say $40. It's not bad. So let's get back to this. So I'm just gonna finish this. Let me just, and I know I'm being a bit chatty, but I just wanted to point those out to you guys before all those nice little tidbits and whatnot. I'll put the links in the description below for all the stuff that I used. Also, just wanted to say, barge cement is very, very strong, and I mean ridiculously strong. So if you have breathing issues, please work in a very well ventilated area. My basement is not the best well ventilated area, but for me it's not so bad. I have a fan too, so all I have to do is just turn on the fan. It's all good. Look, see, so I put the creases, I put my nicks. Now I'm gonna cut straight through. As you can see, all the grooves are slit in. Now I'm gonna slice straight through it like butter, and we're gonna get through it. Okay, so let's get through this foam. So we're gonna turn it this way, and we're gonna go right through. As you can see, that's the sound I was talking about. You can hear it go right through my table. And like I said, I don't care. This table is, like I said, just for storage. So it's not really, it's not even a table, it's a chest for video game stuff. So it's not, I'm not damaging anything in there. So I'm gonna probably sand it later, so I don't really care. As you can see, I'm gonna buff that out with my Dremel later. See that? That's a terrible cut, but if you have a Dremel, that's not a problem. That can get really fixed up later on, especially if you have this bit. This is the bit you want to use, and the grinding setting you want to use is a 15 to 20. You don't want to use it any stronger. You don't want to use it any less. Any less is not going to get rid of it. Any stronger is going to, if you're not used to using a Dremel, is going to literally put a groove in your foam. So that's, that right there is no bueno, but we'll fix that up later on. Not a problem. Then we just, I'm just trying to watch as I keep going. Oh yeah, you could definitely see what I'm doing. Just trying to see if you guys can see what I'm doing. Don't want to be recording and then be like, Everybody be like, hey, what was that? What was I watching? What was I watching for an hour? Nothing. Nothing. You're absolutely watching nothing. This cat was just talking for nothing. She just likes to hear herself talk. Oh my gosh. So then I'm just kind of gonna graze this like this. I normally don't do that, but I just wanted to. I'm probably just gonna go over this like this, just to get that off. But it's alright. It's alright. It's because of the pre-cuts I did beforehand when I first cut it out. I'm just gonna throw my scraps in this bag, a bag of scraps. Always want to have a bag with you next to you when you're working in your workspace, because you don't want to have a mess. Always keep your workspace clean. I have like scraps of like foam everywhere on the floor, but before I go to bed tonight, I'm gonna like clean everything up and throw it in this bag. And then later on, whatever I need in this bag, I'm going to use to put detailing on all my foam pieces. So always keep your foam scraps. Never throw them out. It looks like a giant eyesore and a giant mess, yes. And after a while, when you store all your foam pieces, it does get aggravating. I have another bag of like colored craft foam over there on my shelf, but it does help you out. It really, really does. So save all your scraps. Just like you would your Warbler, you don't throw out your Warbler. You can always reuse it. Save your foam scraps. It does get to be a lot, and yes, it's not like Warbler where you can just reshape it and reuse all your scraps. And these little bits and nubs are not usable unless you're using them for like, in my opinion, these little pointy ones, I would store these, because if you're doing like little like studs and you're really trying to get an award for craftsmanship and you don't want to go and buy metal studs, use these. That's just me personally. I would go out of my way to go through all my foam and use these. Or I would make studs out of craft foam filled with hot glue and then stick a wire inside, and that does the trick. I've done it with teeth for a mascot head, and those came out amazing. And they're soft to the touch, but they have the firmness of like a stud or a pair of teeth, and it works. It's amazing. I'll show a tutorial about how I do that, and it's just great. So that's another trick that I know how to do. And that was when I made a mascot head for the first time. Whew, that was fun. That was fun times. I'm probably gonna make another one of those mascot heads. I'll probably make Foxy. I'll probably make a Foxy head, but I'll probably have nightmares afterwards. I love Foxy. He's one of my favorite Five Nights at Freddy's characters. So just anybody who's out there who's a fan of my page, you know that I love Foxy. I love that fox. But he scares me. He's not as bad as Chica. I don't like that thing. But I really do love Foxy. Foxy's my favorite. I hang out with that dude. I would hang with the pirate guy. I would hang out with that fox. I would. If he didn't chase people down hallways and try to come after your booty, I would totally hang out with that thing. He seems like fun times. And his parrot looks like fun too. Fun guy. We parrot likes you. Well, I like you too, Foxy. Arr. Okay. Oh, my baby fell. Come, booby. I think she bit her tongue coming down the stairs.
This is why I tell you to stop playing around.
No, it wasn't her fault.
No, she's been jumping around. And she's been doing this.
Honey, don't do that. You're going to hurt yourself. Don't touch the camera, Mommy's working. No, don't touch. Are you okay?
No.
Sit down,
All
relax.
right, let me give you a kiss. Come here. I'm taking a break real quick. Oh, okay. I can't kiss your tongue. That's nasty. Oh, okay. I give you huggies. Oh, okay.
Why are you working here?
I'm making the other shoulder.
Oh, not hot?
No, it's not hot.
It's cold?
It's cold.
Oh. Not hot?
This is hot. This gets hot. This gets hot. Oh! And this gets hot too. Oh! But not too hot. But this gets hot. That gets hot.
Wow.
Be careful, it's a knife.
See?
No, you don't want to see.
That cut?
Yeah, it cuts. It goes cut.
Why does it cut like that?
It cuts. You want to play with the dollies while Mommy finishes?
Yes.
Okay, go play with the dollies.
Mommy said no.
Well, Cassie said that as long as Mommy watches you, you can play with the dollies. Go ahead.
What? Papa.
Mm-hmm.
I need to put my hair like...
Yeah, that's my little one again. She's being all so cute. So.
Okay, the dolly.
No, honey.
The dolly. The dolly.
No, don't knock that down. Just go play. Okay, so I am almost done. We're cutting this one out. This one is almost done. And you have to like put the amount of pressure you need really into this. As you should say, real table, but it's okay. Okay, so here we go. A lot of people would probably ask, like, how do you cosplay being sick and, you know, being a disabled mom with kids? And it's like, I just do. I honestly just do. It's really a mindset. It's not, it's a mindset, and you have to really get over that. If you really want it, you'll achieve it. You can't let people, family members, deter you from your dreams, your aspirations. You can't let your health get in the way of what you were destined to do, what any of us was destined to do, you know, or what we feel we need to do in our lives, you know. Yes, honey. I don't know where her shoes are. I knew from a very young age that I was meant to do something artistically or craft related. And I knew from a very, very young age. Like, it wasn't just one day I woke up and I was like, oh, this is what I want to do. No, I've pretty much been cultivating and harnessing and honing my skill set since I was 3 years old. With the sewing and the drawing and the crafting and the sculpting, and it's just now that I realized that I got over a lot of my problems with my health and a lot of other things, and a lot of stuff that I've went through, and I should have never let get in my way, but happened. And I kind of wish I wouldn't have let get in my way, but I don't regret, because now it's like I can show my kids that this resilience and drive that I have. And if I would have did this beforehand, it would have been kind of, I don't know, in a way, kind of not pointless, but a little less effortless. Like, I wouldn't have had more of a drive or motivation to do it. go. See? So that's one. And my registration marks, gotta make sure they're all there. They are there. So we just have to make sure that they're fully there. So we cut one. This one is 2. This one is 3. And this one was 4. Alright. Registration marks. So 1, 2, 3, 4. All there. All there. And you can see the wing is there. And we're 20 minutes in on this. So, I'm probably going to have to break this down into 2 videos. But that's okay. We'll make this a 3-part series. However long this takes me to get this done, I will get it done for you lovely people. So, let's just cut the other wing out and let's continue. So, that's shoulder piece number 1 for this other half. And then let's do shoulder piece number 2. So, let's do this. Alright, so registration marks are here. Let's just cut this out. So alright, so we're gonna do the indentation mark.
Yeah, baby.
So do the indentation mark. And you can hear her playing in the background. She's only 3, by the way. She's adorable. I love her. Her older sister goes, and now she's competing age to go cosplaying on stage with the big guys. And this is her first competition with all the big kids. And she does a lot of other things. So I'm just trying to make sure that she's not just relevant in the cosplay scene, but she's practicing for her stage presence for her traveling team for Baton. So,
Apply to me.
yeah, she's
Yes, both of you.
she's pretty much got a lot of stuff going for her. Also, it's good stage presence in general for everything that she does, because my oldest plays a violin, and it's like, wait, what?
No, baby, that's stuck in my eyeball. A baby right
She
there.
took after her mom with that. Mom plays violin too. You know. And, she performs on stage for school. And she does a lot of things, this one. So I just want to keep her very active in things that spark her interest and whatnot.
Stop it.
Don't want her to be bored, you know. And cosplay is just something we've been doing since she was 8 months old. So it's kind of like a hobby, pastime, kind of fun time thing between mommy and her. But it's more or less something that we do as a family. So it's a tradition. Okay, so I got my lines done again. And now we're going to cut through. So now we're going to cut through this. So this is going to be cut through. And then we'll have 2 pieces. 2, count them. 2. Me. Nissan. Okay. Tired. Itchy. Me. Okay. Alright. So let's start this way. So I'm gonna cut all the way through.
Okay.
And then we're gonna bring it back this way. So
Bye.
all the way through. And there's that horrid sound again. That you know you're going right through your table.
Okay.
Oh, that sound. Sound is so horrid. But I know I'm doing the right thing when I'm going through the table. And second of all, I want to just cut this big slabby piece right here.
Okay.
Big slabby piece right here needs to be cut right off. There we go. Took it right off.
Okay.
And that piece I'll hold on to here. And these pieces here we can take off and put in my bag. So, clearing the spot. All these little chunky pieces before I continue. Take them. And you just want to clear them off. Just want to clear off this area. Anything that's tiny like this, I'll probably toss. Unless I see them of value, like I explained before. They're not of value and they're like little shards. They just go in the trash. And they'll stay in the bag. So. Okay, this is actually a detailing piece. I hand cut this myself with a scissor. And it's always good to have a sharpening tool, which is actually what my phone is being held on with. It's a knife tool that you use in your kitchen. Let me just make sure that these registration lines are a little longer or a little thicker so that I can print. They're a little more pronounced so that when I'm ready to cut, they don't get lost. Right, so now let's cut down that line. Let's indent deeper. Let's go deeper. Deeper like Reaper. Oh, cool. That's a castle.
Yeah.
That's a block castle. How cool. Now that's really cut.
A house. Even the castle.
Uh-huh. So,
Yeah,
this. There we go here. And we make that horrible, shuddering, terrible, grinding, gritty sound of the cut. And that is done. That was a pretty good cut, too. That was a pretty good cut. That could be used for something later on in the future. Sand it down real nice. Make that a nice piece. This, I actually have an idea as to what I would use this for. But I don't have another one. So I'd have to... Okay, honey. I would have to make a duplicate of this. But I have an idea for this. Okay. I'll just put that in the bag. So, as you can see, this is much cleaner than the other one's cut. A much cleaner cut. Not perfect, but it's a much cleaner cut. Okay, and then we're just gonna drag this one this way.
Oh, no!
That was not a good. That was not good. We're gonna go the other way again. Sound is horrid. Oh, it's all good. Okay. Cut. And we'll just take care of that later. And then we just go like this. And that's good. Evelyn. No, honey, please put that back.
Clean it, Mom. Let's clean it.
Please put it back. Now. Honey, give me 1 second. I'm going to end up picking that up later.
Mama, Dago, my Dago. I don't got my Dago. Oh no, there's a paper. Look. Oh no. Oh no, I'm trying to. Oh no, there's a paper.
Okay.
Stop. Okay, roll the paper.
Pull off those little odds and ends.
Army!
Okay.
Yeah, whoa! Oh no!
Okay.
This is where we build, how we build, how we build, how we darling, how we build, how we build.
All right. Okay, that's one.
Oh no! Mommy!
Okay, honey.
Had a boat room.
There's another piece. Pretty good so far.
Oh nice! The butt driver.
We're almost done. I honestly don't know what time it is. It's late. That's all I know.
Beep. And it's a go. Hi, Friday. Oh no.
I'm crafting late at night.
Oh no, it's on running out of toy.
All right, there we go.
Wow.
Number
I thought we
3.
ran out of toy.
Just
Wow.
keep cutting, because this is thick. It's a thick piece of foam. This is pretty thick piece of foam. You know, it's not thin. It's pretty much like half an inch thick. You know, it's pretty thick. Like that. And you have to make sure your knife is nice and sharp. Evelyn, stop throwing toys, Mama.
Not you. Oh no, my dress. Oh
Go like that. And now we go like this. Because we have to make sure that edge is nice and round.
no. Take it.